Day 134, Road to a Million, is the day that I am on right now. Today's technically Christmas Eve, so I mean that gives you a date of when this video was recorded. I just want to say Merry Christmas Eve day. It's almost Christmas tomorrow, it's 11:55 p.m. I ended up getting back from just Conifer. Had a great conversation with a family member of mine where her and we were talking about, and I talked a lot about this already, my girlfriend too, so her and we had this conversation around, like, she was, not my girlfriend, the family member, she was, dude, the lighting is pretty decent for right now. Okay. She talked about how she's like, society comes into play with certain dreams, aspiration, goals, or whatever it was, and I'm just like, I look at it more as it's an internal thing. It's not an external thing. Like, yeah, society can say this or that, or don't do this or don't chase that. And I was just like, well, where's that coming from? Like, who says society has to have these rules? Who says society has to make you think this way? What if you're the one that's deciding that society is the one that's in control? And she would always give this example of, or she'd give all these other examples, and I was like, well, I just want to know, like, what your view is. I don't care, like, what you think that these homeless people are or, like, these other people are doing. Like, what is your intrinsic view? And that's when she started to kind of come around a little bit. She still wouldn't admit that she was right or wrong, which that's perfectly okay. That's not why I do it. It's just I have these conversations and these ideas because it's more of like a matter of, like, planting seeds in somebody's mind to help them think a little bit different, because everybody, from what I've been able to see in myself personally, I always looked for the outside. Like, I'd always look outside for what I needed to do through meditation, through breath work, through self-reflections, through doing these videos every single day, through journaling, through doing all these different concepts. I've found out that it's more of an internal thing. Not even more, like, it's all an internal thing. And I've talked about this a couple of times as well too. The idea's been getting a lot more, what would be the word? A lot more flushed out, I would say, with the more people that I talk to, because it really is one of the most fascinating ideas that I have ever come across, and I absolutely love I love it, dude. I absolutely love it. So that's exciting. And then tomorrow, just gonna spend all day with my girl and my mom. Like, it's just insane, my guy. Crud. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a good day. I mean, every day is a good day. Oh man, this is what I get. Like, when I find people that I genuinely do find connections with and I enjoy chatting with them, like, I can just go and go and go and go and go and go, and I love every moment of it, dude. It's so much fun. That's why I do podcasts, and I have all this other types of content as well too. I am working on 4 other videos still, trying to figure those out, along with a couple of other things too in the pipeline, at least in the process. Maybe pipeline process, same thing, same difference. And yeah, I find it very fascinating, very, very interesting. So that's exciting. And then, yeah, there's just this whole, maybe it's not a whole thing, but there's a different concept that I didn't originally have until recently, which I found to be, I don't know, much more, it's different, dude. So I've liked that. But yeah, no, just the conversation that I had with my family member, her and we always have these great conversations every year around Christmas time. Like, last year is about how, like, she met her family or her husband, and it was like a coincidental thing, but, like, there are no coincidences. And then, like, she believes a lot more in determinism instead of free will, and I've started to come more towards that path as well too. Originally I was much more free will, at least I think I was, to a sense, because there's this book that I read a while ago, Free Will, Sam Harris, and Sam goes down the route of, like, we do have free will, if I'm remembering correctly, but it's also like, what if we don't? Like, I mean, I think we have free will to choose certain paths, but, like, at the end of the day, dude, our free will is what we decide it to be. Like, I mean, the destination is already set in stone, so there's not really a free will. And then we also got on the topics of, like, if manifestation was real or not, which the dude, well, I think he said logicism, logicism. I can't think of the word right now for some reason. It's escaping me. Talked about that. I really do enjoy that side of the family. I mean, I enjoy all of my family, which is weird because there's times where I'm like, I don't. But that was because I wasn't showing myself. Like I was making myself inferior, as weird as that may sound. But I was making myself small and insignificant because I didn't want them to see, like, what was inside. And after doing and showing what was inside, it's like, wow, more people were interested and, like, wanted to be a part of that conversation, which was very fascinating because, yeah, dude, it was really cool how that whole thing was working. I really did enjoy every aspect of that. And that's why, like, I think when I do some of these videos moving forward for the podcasts, I think I might start doing them live possibly. And then have a link for other people to call in or chat or something like that. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. I might try that coming up soon. Because, like, when I look at this and, like, how her and I were having the conversation, there was probably 6 other people that were sitting around us. And then there was other people that, like, they weren't wanting to listen to the said thing. So I just found that interesting. Yeah, dude. There's some good things happening right now. I mean, there's some really good things happening right now. And they'll continue to happen in the ways that they need to happen until, like, we're at the place of where we want to be. I mean, we're already at the place that we need to be right now. It's just to keep grinding, keep working, keep doing these videos, keep showing up, see what happens with time, be patient, be reflective, be willing to show what's on the inside compared to what's on the outside all the time, and look for internal solutions compared to external solutions. Be willing to break your beliefs, understandings, have the humility as well, too, to admit that you're wrong or you didn't have the necessary information when certain cases or situations arise. Or just keep asking questions and see where that leads us as well, too. So I think there's lots of good things to come. Probably have another client as well, too, which I need to ask if that's something that she would like. And, yeah, dude, I'm going to hop in the shower. Got Christmas morning tomorrow with the family. And yeah, dude, it's just kind of crazy how things have kind of shifted because originally I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to spend Christmas. And that's the weird thing, dude. Like I create all these scenarios within my head, and then once I see them, I'm like, oh yeah, no, I love them. So it's such a weird, strange concept, but there's not even a but to that. Figure it out. I'm excited. Very, very excited to see how things are going to turn out. It's already done. But it was cool being able to stand up for myself today at this family gathering and be like, hey, here's this idea. Have you thought about it this way? Here are some of my thoughts, because I've never shared my thoughts before, because this whole time, like, all I've been doing has just been acquiring other information to be able to form my own thoughts and beliefs, which now I like to say that I'm solid in that. So I'm excited to see where these things are going to go. I know it's not Christmas for you right now, but Merry Christmas. I'm going to say this again tomorrow because tomorrow's actually Christmas. When you watch this, it's May 11th. So, yeah, you can see how much I did this. And the reason I did it this way, too, at this point in time was because I just wanted to have a backlog of episodes. Because originally, like, this was for me. And I was like, you know what? Like, I posted one. I made it live, and I was like, I don't want this to be live because I don't think I wanted it to go anywhere, but it's just like, these have already happened. Like, it's already been like 3-4 months, 5 months at this point in time where this has happened, which is crazy to think. So I figure I might as well just share what I have to share. That's crazy that I've been doing this for 5 months, dude. It's insane. I didn't even think it was that long. That's crazy. And I was asked today, like, does keeping the numbers, like, hurt you? And I'm like, no, me keeping the numbers helps me keep track of, like, how long I've been doing this, which is really cool. It's a really, really cool thing to see. Because it's just like, what if I just do one more? Just one more. Just one more. Just one more. Just one more. That's it. I don't have to do 1,000. Like, I think on day 90 or something like that, I was talking like, well, if I made it this far, then, like, I'll keep making it even further type of thing. Like, I know that the commitment's there because after doing 3 months of it, it's like, clearly I have the habit. And, like, I mean, you've seen other videos up until this point, too, where, like, maybe I'm out at Granby or I'm at my girlfriend's house or, like, I'm at her bed or it's just, like, I'm at all these different places. Most of them, I mean, they're shot here because this is where I end up most days. But it's interesting to see like how I can look back and I can go back and I can be like, oh, this is where I was at this day at this time. These were the things that were going on in my life. I like it. I like more of this like daily like physical face-to-face thing compared to me doing like a journal, just because one, I get to see like, oh, this is what I look like. This is like how much my hair has grown. Like, oh, I changed my beard. Oh, like this is what I look like physically. Because it's just like as we get older, we seem to lose that, and I just don't want to lose that. I'd rather have something to come back to where it's just like, oh, okay, this is where I was at the said time. And that's why I do a lot of my other videos too, is because I just like the tracking aspect of it. Like now it's just for me. Before I was doing it for other people and all these views and all this other things, but like the podcast that I do, I'm like, these are just conversations that I like having with people. If they go somewhere, cool. Otherwise, I'm like, I'm just going to keep doing the podcast. Same thing with these. I'm like, I just post these because I didn't have anybody else to talk to for the longest time other than myself. At least not about these concepts or ideas. So I figured maybe it would help somebody else help. Maybe somebody else could talk about it. And Marcus Aurelius was one of the philosophers as well too, where the reason he wrote Meditations was because nobody understood him. And I think I'm the same way in a sense. Not even in a sense. I would say I am the same way. Like there are certain people that do understand me, but like they just won't ever understand in the ways that I understand. And that's perfectly okay because I do have a very different approach to the world. It served me well. And I know it'll serve a lot of other people as well too. So I'll keep making these videos every single day. You'll see the highs, the lows, the ups, the downs, the wins, the losses. Yeah. It's a cool way for me to go back and look at certain things if I want to. And I figure if I find value in this or these thoughts, ideas that I have, maybe somebody else will find some value in it as well too. So I could keep going. I think that's a good spot to stop. I'll end with this. As long as you don't stop, you never will lose. And that was something that was brought up in the discussion that I was having tonight as well, which is just like, yeah, you can fail. And I was like, I don't think you can. Like, as long as you don't stop walking, there's no, like, you're never going to fail. If you keep moving forward, if you keep taking one step at a time, if you keep walking, if you just keep moving, there's no, failure won't happen. As soon as you stop or you quit, that's when you fail. I mean, clearly, like, maybe goals and objectives and things change with time, which that's just inevitable. Like, I didn't think I would be making these videos every single day. I thought I would be doing journaling every single day. I had an idea that I wanted to talk with people, but I don't think I fully understood that that's what I was going to be doing. So, I just think that it's, as long as you keep trying, you keep learning, you keep understanding, you keep reflecting on said situation or whatever has happened to oneself in the past, and then take the aspects that one does like and apply the things that was good in said situation, it starts to compound upon oneself until it becomes something that, like, it's incomprehensible at that point in time. So, yeah. I do hope you guys enjoy these videos if you're even watching. For all I know, at this point in time, I very well could still just be talking to myself. But hey, I'm good with that. I've written to myself for years now, so if I'm just talking to myself, then I'm talking to myself, and that's fine by me. It's good by me. Because I'll keep making the videos. Like, clearly I've made the videos up until this point without ever having a single one posted. Well, I did have, I guess, a post, and then I unlisted it. I didn't like the views, and I didn't like being seen that way. But now it's like, there's 134 out there. So, there's going to be even more. Even more. So much more. Just keep sharing. This is my little just thoughts to myself type of thing. I like the road to a million because it's true. It could be road to millions. Good on road to millions. But road to million works. Because once you get that first mil, second mil is going to be easy. Third mil is even easier. 10 mil, walk in a park at that point in time. So, yeah, I'm excited to see where things are going to be going. And that's why, like, when I was talking about, like, there's a self and then, like, society says one thing, but then, like, the internal says another thing. I think it's better to, like, listen to the internal compared to the external, even if it is, there's a word that I was trying to say. Like, it's not crazy, but even if it is, almost unrealistic, possibly. I don't think that's the word either. There's a word that I'm thinking of, and it's escaping me right now. But there's a word that I'm thinking of that I think would be very useful, and could be very useful. 100%. I just don't know what it is. Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, like if we have that, then everything will work out. My phone's about to die, so this is where we're going to call it. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Hope you enjoyed this conversation, this rant, this ramble, this journal entry, this vlog, whatever I'm calling it. I don't even know what I'm calling it. And I'll talk with you guys in tomorrow's video, which is day 135, which will be pretty sick. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can sub to the channel. If there are people watching, if not, I'll sub to my own channel. See you guys.